Hello, dear friend. I'm truly grateful you're here because what we're about to discuss might seem small, but it could shift how you feel for the rest of your day and possibly the rest of your life. Many of us were raised to believe that starting the morning with eggs was the right choice, and in many ways, it is. Eggs are nourishing, affordable, packed with protein, and rich in nutrients we absolutely need as we age. But here's something hardly anyone talks about. It's not just what you eat, it's what you eat it with. And that one detail, what ends up on your plate alongside your eggs, could quietly determine whether your body feels vibrant or drained. This video isn't just about food combinations. It's about the invisible battles your body fights every day and how the smallest, most innocent choices may be stacking the odds against your health. If you've ever felt frustrated by low energy, if your digestion feels sluggish, or if you've noticed that certain healthy meals just leave you feeling off, then I invite you to stay with me. Because today, I'll reveal 3 of the most common egg pairings that cause far more harm than good. And, more importantly, I'll give you smarter, kinder alternatives that not only protect your energy, but also restore the strength your body deserves. If anything I've said so far rings true, go ahead and drop a 1 in the comments. Because this isn't just about changing breakfast, it's about reclaiming your well-being, one morning at a time. The white bread trap? Imagine this. A man in his 70s, let's call him Harold, sits down at his kitchen table every morning at 7:15 sharp. Same time, same seat, same breakfast, scrambled eggs, 2 slices of white toast, and a cup of tea. It's how he started his day for over 30 years. It feels safe, familiar, comforting. But what Harold doesn't realize is that his most trusted habit may be slowly stealing the very energy, clarity, and strength he's trying to preserve. And Harold isn't alone. In fact, this exact combination, eggs with white bread, is one of the most common morning meals for seniors across the country. But here's what we now understand. This combination, though seemingly harmless, triggers a metabolic response that sets the stage for fatigue, inflammation, and long-term health problems. You see, white bread is not what it used to be. It's made from refined flour that's been stripped of its fiber, stripped of its nutrients, and processed to digest faster than your body can properly handle. What happens next? A sugar spike. Your blood sugar rises rapidly, and with it, your body scrambles to release insulin in an effort to bring it back down. That crash, that post-breakfast tiredness, that fog in your head by 10 a.m., it's no coincidence, but it doesn't stop there. These blood sugar swings, over time, contribute to insulin resistance, a condition that's been linked to everything from type 2 diabetes to cognitive decline to chronic fatigue. And it's even more damaging in older adults because the body's ability to bounce back gets slower with age. I've sat with countless patients in their 60s, 70s, and 80s who say things like, "I just don't feel sharp anymore," or "I get tired so fast and I don't know why." They show me food logs full of egg breakfasts that look good on the surface, but it's the pairings that are the problem. And almost every time, white toast is sitting right there, like a silent accomplice. But here's the good news. This mistake is reversible. You don't need to give up eggs. In fact, you shouldn't. Eggs are one of the most nutrient-rich, accessible proteins out there. They support your muscles, your brain, your eyes, your bones. The key is in what you place next to them on the plate. Instead of white bread, try a slice of sprouted grain toast. Unlike white bread, it contains the fiber and nutrients your gut actually needs to process your meal slowly and steadily. It stabilizes blood sugar, supports digestion, and helps you feel energized for hours, not just minutes. Better yet, swap toast for roasted sweet potatoes. These vibrant orange roots are rich in beta carotene, antioxidants, and slow digesting carbs that protect against energy dips. Add a few sautéed greens like kale or Swiss chard, cooked in a splash of extra virgin olive oil, and suddenly your breakfast becomes a longevity ritual instead of a daily drain. The smallest shift, what you pair with your eggs, can make the biggest difference. It's the difference between a breakfast that depletes and one that restores. So next time you're at the table, think about Harold. Think about yourself. Think about the years ahead of you, not just in number, but in quality. And ask a simple question. Is this meal helping my body or working against it? Because that one choice, that one slice of bread could be shaping more than just your morning. It could be shaping your future. And if that's the case with white bread, something so ordinary, just imagine what happens when you combine eggs with something that looks healthy, but actively interferes with how your body absorbs protein. Let's take a closer look at one of the most misleading health foods seniors turn to, often with the best intentions and the worst consequences. The protein collision, eggs and soy. Margaret was doing everything right. After turning 65, she took her doctor's advice seriously. She cut back on red meat, started eating more plant-based foods, kept her breakfast light, a couple of eggs, a bit of tofu, sometimes soy milk with her oatmeal. She felt proud, like she was finally listening to her body. But after a few months, something strange started happening. She felt tired. Not the kind of tired that comes from a long day, but a deep, dragging fatigue she couldn't shake. Her hair began to thin. Her nails broke easily. And despite her cleaner diet, she didn't feel stronger. She felt weaker. Sound familiar? If it does, you're not alone. And you're not wrong. You might be doing what the world tells you is healthy without realizing that two good things, eggs and soy, can become a bad match when they're combined. Let's break it down. Soy contains trypsin inhibitors, naturally occurring compounds that block your body's ability to digest protein properly. On the other hand, egg whites contain a protein called avidin, which binds to biotin, a B vitamin essential for energy, nerve health, and cellular repair. When eaten together, these two ingredients can cancel each other out, preventing your body from getting what it actually needs. The result? A breakfast that looks healthy, but creates what I call nutritional confusion. Your body receives the food, but not the fuel. The protein doesn't fully absorb. The biotin gets blocked. And what you're left with is a creeping fatigue, brittle nails, thinning hair, and a slow erosion of strength that most people blame on age. But here's the truth. It's not just age, it's absorption. I've seen this play out time and again in patients over 60. Their bodies are still capable of healing, of strengthening, but they're not absorbing what they're eating. And in many cases, the root problem comes back to combinations that look innocent on the surface, but conflict internally. So what can you do instead? You don't need to give up your eggs. In fact, eggs are one of the most complete sources of nutrition you can find, loaded with protein, choline, and nutrients that support everything from your memory to your metabolism. The secret lies in what you pair them with. Try spinach, rich in iron and folate, which help your body produce energy and maintain red blood cell health. Add mushrooms, full of antioxidants and fiber that support digestion and immunity. Or top it off with avocado, a heart-healthy fat that makes fat-soluble vitamins from eggs, like vitamin D, easier to absorb. This isn't just about avoiding bad pairings. It's about creating smart, strategic combinations that amplify the benefits of your food. Foods that talk to each other, that work together, that support your body's ability to stay energized, balanced, and strong. So if you've ever had a breakfast of eggs and soy and thought, this feels right, but then spent your morning fighting through brain fog, low stamina, or unexplained fatigue, now you know. It's not you. It's not your age. It's the pairing. The good news? That can change today. And it doesn't take a drastic shift, just a smarter one. Because when you give your body the right fuel in the right combinations, it stops fighting and starts thriving. And now, as we continue this journey, we move from what's on your plate to what's in your cup. Because the next hidden threat doesn't sit beside your eggs. It sits right next to them, steaming quietly in your favorite mug. Let's uncover the truth about the tea you're sipping and why it might be stealing more than just your attention. The tea mistake when healthy drinks hurt. We all have rituals. Some are small, almost invisible, others comforting. And for many of us, there's one that feels sacred, a warm breakfast with a hot cup of tea. It's not just a meal, it's a moment, a pause before the day begins. But what if that simple, soothing ritual, done with the best of intentions, is unknowingly standing in the way of your health? Because sometimes what feels healthy isn't the full story. You see, tea, especially black and green varieties, contains natural compounds called tannins. They're part of what give tea its flavor, its dry edge, its antioxidants. But tannins come with a hidden cost. They bind to the protein and iron in your food, making those nutrients harder, sometimes impossible for your body to absorb. And if your breakfast includes eggs, which are rich in both protein and iron, you may be sipping away the very benefits you were hoping to gain. Here's the reality. After 60, our bodies become less forgiving with nutrient loss. Iron absorption slows. Muscle repair becomes harder. Fatigue, brain fog, shortness of breath. These symptoms are common, but they're not inevitable. And more often than we think, they're not caused by aging itself, but by how we combine our food and drink. I've seen it again and again. Seniors who eat well, supplement wisely, and still feel weak or foggy. They're trying, but what no one told them is that tea can undo what food is trying to fix. Now, this doesn't mean you need to give up tea forever. Not at all. It's not the tea, it's the timing. Instead of drinking tea with your eggs, enjoy it at least 30 to 60 minutes apart. Let your body digest. Let it absorb. Give your cells the full access to the nutrients your food is offering. Or better yet, start your day with a small glass of fresh orange juice. It's not just a bright, refreshing switch. It contains vitamin C, which helps your body absorb more iron, not less. That means your eggs actually work harder for you. You get more energy, better oxygen flow, sharper thinking, all from a tiny shift in what you drink and when. And if you still long for something warm and comforting in the morning, consider herbal teas, chamomile, peppermint, rooibos. None of these contain tannins. They won't interfere with digestion. In fact, many of them soothe the stomach and calm the nervous system, making your meal even easier for your body to process. The lesson here is simple but powerful. Even the gentlest routines can carry hidden consequences, but with awareness, they can be reshaped, not removed. Your morning doesn't need to change completely. It just needs a little space to let your food do its job. So tomorrow, when you find yourself reaching for that familiar cup, take a breath. Pause. And remember, small changes lead to big outcomes. Sometimes, all it takes is a shift in timing to unlock more strength, more energy, and more life from the very same meal. And now, let's move forward. Because once you understand what to avoid, it's time to explore what to embrace. The food pairings that turn your breakfast into a fountain of vitality. Let's discover the combinations that truly work for you at any age and especially now. The power pairs that upgrade your eggs. If you've made it this far, you already know that the way we combine foods matters far more than we were ever taught. But now, it's time to go beyond what to avoid and step into the possibility of what to embrace. because eggs on their own are a powerhouse. But eggs, when paired wisely, become transformative. They go from being a source of fuel to a tool for recovery, strength, and long term protection. Think of your plate not just as a meal, but as a daily prescription, not from a pharmacy, not from a bottle, but from nature itself. A carefully chosen pairing can enhance nutrient absorption, protect your organs, and even delay the effects of aging in ways most people never consider. So let's dive into 3 of the most healing combinations you can create with one simple egg. Each of them speaks to a different system in your body, and each of them is easy, affordable, and surprisingly delicious. Eggs plus pumpkin. Your inner light, protected. There's something almost poetic about this pairing. On the surface, it's humble, perhaps even unusual, but inside, there's a nutritional dance happening that directly protects one of the most precious gifts we have, our sight. Pumpkin, vibrant and earthy, is filled with beta-carotene, a nutrient your body turns into vitamin A, which plays a key role in keeping your retina strong and resilient. At the same time, eggs offer lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 antioxidants that filter harmful blue light and reduce the risk of macular degeneration, a condition that robs millions of seniors of their independence each year. But this pairing does more than protect your eyes. Pumpkin delivers gentle, slow-digesting carbohydrates, rich in fiber that feeds good gut bacteria and supports regularity. Paired with the high-quality protein in eggs, this creates a meal that is not only vision supportive, but also gut healing and blood sugar stabilizing. A breakfast that keeps you steady, satisfied, and focused all morning long. Serve it as a soft pumpkin mash alongside poached eggs, or bake the two together in a spiced, savory custard. However you choose to enjoy them, your body will feel the difference, silently and powerfully. Eggs plus cheese. Strength for the bones, clarity for the mind. There's a reason this combination has stood the test of time. But once you understand the biology behind it, you'll never look at cheesy eggs the same way again. As we age, bone density begins to fade, quietly, slowly, and often without symptoms until it's too late. Eggs provide vitamin D, the gatekeeper that allows calcium, abundant in cheese, to be absorbed efficiently into your bones. Without this pairing, much of that calcium may go to waste. But it's not just about your skeleton. Eggs offer choline, a vital nutrient for brain function and memory, while many aged cheeses contain natural probiotics that enhance nutrient absorption, support the gut-brain connection, and reduce inflammation that can cloud your thoughts. Imagine starting your day with food that doesn't just warm your stomach, but activates your brain, strengthens your spine, and protects your joints. Try it in a low-heat scramble or a baked frittata with spinach and herbs. Each bite is a silent message to your body. I'm here for you. I'm keeping you strong. Eggs plus apples, a clean energy engine. This pairing is as light as it is powerful. Apples may not carry the superfood label as loudly as other trendy fruits, but they offer something deeply important: pectin, a unique fiber that slows digestion in the best way possible, allowing your body to absorb proteins and fats gradually, reducing stress on your digestive tract, and minimizing insulin spikes that lead to energy crashes. Paired with the iron and protein in eggs, apples also contribute vitamin C, which naturally enhances your ability to absorb that iron, crucial for oxygen delivery, circulation, and consistent energy levels, especially in those over 60. This is a meal that wakes you up without pushing you over. It's a quiet balance, the kind of breakfast that leaves you clear, energized, and light on your feet, without the heaviness that can come from dense, greasy meals. Slice an apple beside a hard-boiled egg, or try them together in a salad of leafy greens with a touch of lemon juice and olive oil. It's a simple meal, but it respects your body's complexity. Here's what's worth remembering above all. These aren't just tasty combos. They're intelligent strategies. They support your heart, your brain, your eyes, your gut, not through force, but through partnership. These foods don't just sit on a plate next to your eggs. They work with your eggs, unlocking nutrients, reducing inflammation, and helping your body thrive in ways you can feel today and see in your lab results tomorrow. So the next time you reach for your skillet, take a moment. Think not just about what's fast or familiar, but what's smart. What small change could you make that might support the cooking truth no one told you? By now, you've chosen your ingredients with care. You've learned what to pair and what to avoid. You've started to see your plate not just as food, but as fuel, as healing, as protection. But there's one final layer that often slips through the cracks, one quiet factor that can make or break everything you've worked toward. And it's something as simple as the way you cook your eggs. Most of us never learned this. We grew up with hot pans, sizzling oil, eggs fried to a crisp or scrambled until dry. We were taught that brown edges meant flavor and speed meant convenience. But no one ever told us that the most powerful nutrients inside an egg, choline, lutein, zeaxanthin, and others, are fragile, easily broken down by high temperatures. So every time you toss eggs into a smoking pan, every time you crank up the heat and rush the meal, thinking it's just breakfast, you might be silently destroying the very compounds that keep your brain sharp, your eyes protected, your energy stable. And you'd never know it, because the damage isn't loud, it's invisible, gradual, cumulative. But there's a better way, a gentler way. Start with soft-boiled eggs. In just 6 minutes, you preserve the delicate inner yolk, along with the nutrients that make eggs worth eating in the first place. Or try poaching, a method that requires no oil, no high heat, and allows the egg to stay whole and undisturbed, just like nature designed it. Even scrambled eggs can be transformed. Use low heat, take your time, stir slowly, and you'll find not just better flavor, but better function. And when it comes to fat, choose with intention. Skip the margarine, skip the butter. Instead, reach for extra virgin olive oil or avocado oil, both rich in monounsaturated fats that support your heart, fight inflammation, and keep your arteries young. When you change the way you cook, you don't just improve your meal. You change the conversation between your food and your body. You take something ordinary and make it therapeutic. Small plate, big impact. So let me leave you with this. Every morning, whether you realize it or not, you are writing a message to your body. Through the food you choose, the drinks you sip, the way you handle the heat. And that message is either one of healing or one of harm. It doesn't take a grand diet. It doesn't require you to give up the foods you love. What it asks for is awareness, the kind that turns ordinary habits into powerful daily rituals. Because what seems small today, a food pairing, a cooking temperature, a swap of oil, can become the very reason you walk taller, think clearer, and live stronger tomorrow. So now I want to hear from you. Which of these insights surprised you the most? What small shift will you try first? Drop your answer in the comments below. And let's inspire each other to keep learning, keep growing, and keep choosing better together. If this video helped you see something new, tap that like button. Share it with someone you love. And if you're just joining this community, subscribe, because this isn't just a channel. It's a place where older adults come to reclaim their energy, protect their independence, and rediscover the joy of living well, one plate at a time. Because in the end, it's not the size of your meal that matters. It's the intention behind it. And sometimes the most powerful medicine fits on a spoon, sits in a skillet, and starts with just one egg, cooked the right way.